慧眼看天下。全球的观众朋友晚安，我是黄宝慧，欢迎收看《慧眼看天下》。本周的节目，我们和世界领袖面对面，由我和东森新闻云 ETtoday 采访团队亲自来到了马来西亚，独家访问现年93岁的首相马哈迪。这是我个人16年以来第2度的访问马哈迪，也是全世界唯一一位媒体主持人2度在首相府专访这位马来西亚的政治领袖。以下先来看看这段完整的访谈内容，让您更加了解马来西亚首相马哈迪。全球唯一2度独家专访马来西亚首相马哈迪。马来西亚现代化之父，92岁再度赢得大选，全世界最高龄国家元首，带领马来西亚重生，大步向前。和领袖面对面，黄宝慧独家专访马来西亚首相马哈迪。周6晚间9点钟 ，ETtoday 东森新闻云，慧眼看天下，带您掌握全世界。
Thank you, Your Excellency, for accepting our interview request. Would like to know, after 15 years of retirement, you just made a huge comeback and was re-elected as Prime Minister again. What do you think is the major reasons for the Malaysian people to support you?
Well, actually, I decided to come back because the people asked me. After I stepped down, many people came to ask me to do something about the government which the leader who succeeded me. First it was Abdullah and then it was Najib. They were not happy with this government. They want me to help get the government to do the right things. But I failed. I couldn't do anything because they don't listen to what I tell them. So in the end, they said that I must lead the party to defeat the government. So it is people asking me. I didn't want to come back. I want to retire and have a nice, good rest for the rest of my life. But people came and asked me, please do something. So I cannot refuse them after so many groups came to see me.
So people asked you to come out and save the nation again.
I don't know about saving Malaysia, but come out to help.
Yes. So I saw that in an interview that you announced that after your inauguration that you say you will hand over your power to Anwar in 2 years. So what do you expect to achieve in the next 2 years?
Well, we hope to overcome some of the major problems that we face. In the first place, there is this huge debt incurred by the government, more than 1 trillion Malaysian ringgit. Then, of course, the machinery of government has been spoiled because people became very corrupted. Everybody is given money to support Najib, and they have become corrupted. So we need to rebuild and clean up the administrative machinery. So those are 2 major things, to repay the loan to rebuild the government administrative machinery.
Yeah, you talk about repay the loan. So before and after the election, people are closely watching your China policy. And we saw that about a month ago. Also in this Prime Minister office, we saw Jack Ma of Alibaba. He visited you and also he announced to establish a digital free trade zone in Malaysia. So can we see that as a way for you to maximize the best interests of Malaysian people while maintaining good relations with China?
Mr. Jack Ma is a very remarkable person. He's got a lot of ideas. He understands modern technology, electronics and knowledge industry and all these things. And I think we can benefit by tapping his ideas and applying it in Malaysia. So when I go to China, I want to visit Guangzhou, where his headquarters is, because I think I can learn a lot about how to manage a modern economy through understanding digital processing and things like that.
Do you have a plan to visit China recently? You're planning?
Yes, I'm
Still
going
confidential?
to China. Yeah, in August I will be visiting China.
Oh, yeah, very good. So what is your view on China's Belt and Road Initiative? How will that benefit the Malaysian, or do you see, is there any risk?
Well, actually, even before the idea was mooted, I had always felt that the Silk Road should be rebuilt. If you use bigger trains and better, which can carry more things, then the trade between China and Europe and Central Asia would be enhanced. But of course, the president comes up with this idea that also by sea, he should develop the sea so as to serve as a kind of sea Silk Road for China. So we have no problem with that.
Yes, I saw an interview that you mentioned that you once wrote to President Xi Jinping, suggesting that Malaysia can serve as a gateway to Middle East. So can we say that you are a promoter or originator for the Belt and Road Initiative?
Well, we're interested mainly in Malaysia's economy. So in order to grow the economy, we need better communication.
Yes.
So I had also suggested that there should be a railway line between Kunming and Singapore, passing through the states of Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, and Malaysia.
Yes.
So that means that people can travel, goods can travel easily to China and come from China.
Yes.
So there are many, when you build roads, everything develops around it. So it is important that we should have better communication by sea, by land, and by air.
Yes, better communication. And we noticed that Malaysia is one of Taiwan's most important trading partners, ranking number 7 last year, and with the $17.5 billion of bilateral trade, marking 24.5% of growth. And now Taiwanese government is actively promoting the new southbound policy. What should Taiwan do to further strengthen its cooperation with Malaysia?
Well, we don't want to be involved in other countries' politics. We regard all countries as our trade partners. So there is obviously good potential for developing trade and exchanges of technology, etc., with Taiwan.
Yes.
So we will continue our relationship with Taiwan and do more trade, export and import from Taiwan. But this does not involve any political issues.
Sure. So it will be an all-winning scenario with both sides of Taiwan's trade.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, very good. And we noticed that 25% of the Malaysian population is Chinese. So that's the second largest ethnic group here in Malaysia. What do you make of the social and economic status of the Chinese people in Malaysia? And how will you strengthen their support for you and make the best contribution to Malaysian society?
The Chinese people in Malaysia have done very well. They came here as laborers, but now they are big business people, multi-billionaires even, because they see opportunities in Malaysia and they have contributed much towards the development of Malaysia, enriching Malaysia. And they also themselves, of course, have benefited by being in Malaysia at the time when conditions in China was not so good. A long time ago, I'm not talking about the present. They all came here. When I was a child, they already came here, and they see opportunities here, which they could not have in China at that time. So now the Chinese people are very well off. They are very, they have developed very well, and they are, their contribution to the development of the country is very considerable.
So, a question I guess everyone is very interested in. Could you please share with us, Dr. Mahathir, how you maintain your super health even though through vigorous work and the stress entails? Is there any specific type of food or routine exercise you stand by every day? What is your secret to good health and longevity? I look at you, you're even younger than 16 years ago.
That's not possible. But anyway, I don't do, but I'm very moderate in my lifestyle.
Moderate.
I don't eat too much. That is very important, because if you eat too much, you become fat. And when you become fat, you will get diabetes, and you have put a strain on your heart. So the heart is beating all the time. So you mustn't strain your heart. So you should not become very big. And see, you should be a little bit slim, not too slim. But that is very important. And you do a little bit of physical exercises, treadmills and all that.
Treadmill?
Little weight lift, dumbbells and things like that. And always be moderate. Get enough sleep also.
I once saw you still riding bicycle.
Yes, I ride bicycles. I ride horses also. I have no time now to ride horses or bicycle because I'm very busy. But usually I ride horses. I used to go to Argentina to ride in the mountains, but now I don't have time to go there. So when I cannot ride a bicycle, I have a bicycle equipment in my house, so I ride in the house.
Wow. So our last question, but not the least. You are the father of modernization, the longest serving prime minister in Malaysia history, and the most senior world leader. You brought about the rebirth of Malaysia by being re-elected. And among all these accomplishments, what legacy would you like to leave behind? What do you like to be described in history book in the future?
Well, I want to do my work, and that is the task that is given to me as Prime Minister. My work is to develop the country, and I hope that I have contributed towards development of Malaysia.
Prime Minister, when I met you 16 years ago, you were super powerful, super strong leaders in the world. So I was so scared that time. I didn't dare to talk to you. But now, during this campaign this year, I saw you in the video. You shed tear and talking to little kids. I feel so touching. And now I know that so many young people here in Malaysia consider you like a grandfather. It's called Datu Nenek effect. Which image you prefer? How do you see yourself?
Well, I just want to do my work and succeed in doing my work. And I think people expect you to do that. And when you do something that people want you to do, then they will support you. So although I have retired and I'm very old, 90 over years, still the people thought that maybe I can do what I did before to complete my work.
Okay.
And produce results.
Produce results. Thank you, Prime Minister. Long live Prime Minister. Long live Malaysian.
Thank you.
Thank you
very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for your precious time. Thank you.
全世界最高龄国家元首带领马来西亚重生，和领袖面对面。黄宝慧独家专访马来西亚首相马哈迪。接下来继续带您看马来西亚的系列报道。这次是我们前进马来西亚独家专访到了马来西亚首相马哈迪，这也是全球唯一2度专访马哈迪的媒体人。虽然说马哈迪首相已经是高龄93岁，不过这次在现场时，他的眼睛依旧是炯炯有神，而且走路非常稳健，真的让人没有办法相信他已经高龄93岁。更特别的是，马哈迪在采访最后还跟我一起玩自拍，态度非常的亲切，跟邻家的长者一样。
Congratulations! I'm so honored to have met you. This is the second time in my life to meet you here. Yes.
5月再度出任马来西亚首相的马哈迪，这次接受 ET Today 的独家专访。虽然平常国政繁忙，但见到采访团队一点都没有露出疲态，眼睛炯炯有神，步伐稳健，真的看不出来他已经高龄93岁了。ET Today 东森新闻云慧眼看天下的主持人黄宝慧，这次在马来西亚首相府独家专访，被称为马来西亚现代化之父的首相马哈迪。这也是马哈迪再次就任首相后唯一一次接见来自台湾的媒体。
Last time was 16 years ago. Have we changed? You see? Have we changed? I believe I'm the luckiest TV anchor person, also media executive in the world, that I'm able to meet you twice in your Prime Minister office.
其实黄宝慧在16年前就已经采访过马哈迪，没想到这次还可以再次采访到为了人民付出执政的他，更让黄宝慧直呼自己是最幸运的媒体主持人。马哈迪不仅亲切地在自己的传记上签名，看到16年前的照片，还幽默地说：“那时候我还是黑头发”，让采访现场笑声不断。虽然马哈迪是马来西亚的首相，但他一点都没有高高在上的感觉，反而像是慈祥的长者一样，露出温暖的微笑，还热情地跟主持人黄宝慧一起自拍。
Yes.
马哈迪亲切又和蔼地跟采访团队进行互动，这也难怪，只要跟马来西亚民众提起马哈迪，大家都会比个赞。记者综合报道。
虽然马哈迪是位政治强人，但是在马来西亚民众的眼中，他现在可是一位亲切和蔼的长者。在马哈迪93岁的生日当天，就特别找来了10岁小朋友进行专访。马哈迪不仅展现出慈祥的一面，还发挥了幽默感。现在就透过了镜头，带你一起来了解这位强人首相私下温馨的一面。
Hi everyone, now I'm in Tun City Hasma's house.
身穿格子衬衫的马来西亚首相马哈迪，跟穿着花洋装的首相夫人，面露微笑挥手，透过镜头跟观众 say hi。马哈迪不同于以往总是严肃地接受访问，这次在家中接受小朋友的专访，流露出慈祥爷爷温暖的一面。
Bata or Beroka?
Bata.
Eating or working?
Working.
工作跟吃东西，工作摆第一。贝塔跟 Beroka 选择了贝塔，但说到这2项物品，可能很多人都不知道，其实这都是马哈迪的随身物品。Beroka 是维他命发泡锭，而贝塔则是马来西亚的平价鞋品牌。曾经就有民众目击马哈迪参加宴会时，脚上踩着的不是什么奢华品牌，竟然是一双不到台币300元的平价拖鞋。也因为马哈迪的超高人气，让这2项商品在当地卖到断货。
Hugs or kisses?
Both.
Hug.
Both. Hug and kisses.
I'm Tun City. Can you give Tun Ev a kiss?
Where?
Cheek!
Huh?
Oh, come on, please. Just for me.
马哈迪一开始看起来似乎不太愿意，但为了圆小朋友的心愿，还是在镜头前让夫人亲了一下。虽然只是轻轻的落下一吻，但这甜蜜的互动也让人民看到，结离62年的2人感情还是好到不行。
Do you think I can be a prime minister?
Certainly, certainly. But you must work hard. You must be nice to people to win their support. You must always keep your promises. You must do the right things. You mustn't cheat. All those things, if you have, people will like you. And in a democracy, you can become a prime minister.
想要成为首相，不仅要努力工作，更要对人民友善。马哈迪说出自己的心声，更谈起自己小时候其实是想当律师。
I never thought I could become a prime minister because I was a nobody. I am not from the upper class. I was a son of a school teacher. But somehow or other, I stand for election and I win.
在最后，小朋友特别准备了惊喜，送给7月的寿星马哈迪夫妇。
1, 2, 3, surprise! Happy birthday!
Thank you. It's nice.
Yes,
nice.
so these are the 93 people that we.
Thank you very much for your kind words, for your wish for a happy birthday for me. Thank you.
其实，在5月的马来西亚大选，马哈迪就获得了许多年轻人的支持。马来西亚民众都表示，把他当作是自己的爷爷一样的看待。也因为马哈迪的亲切和蔼，让年轻人愿意投下选票支持。希望这位慈祥的首相能带领人民翻转马来西亚。记者综合报道。
这是马哈迪在上个星期才刚刚过了他93岁的生日。我们再来回顾一下这3个月以来马来西亚的政局发展。马来西亚在5月份迎来了政局的大改变，这也是61年以来马来西亚首度的政党轮替，对当地的政坛跟经济发展投下了震撼弹。而让马来西亚大选有出乎意料结果的关键角色，就是这一位曾经掌权22年之久的前首相马哈迪。现在已经是高龄93岁的马哈迪，不仅是马来西亚现代化之父，在任期间也带领着马来西亚经济起飞。这次重新掌权，马哈迪强调也要弥补过去犯下的错误。
Kalau Atuk dah 93 tahun, kenapa Atuk masih bekerja?
Karena itu perlu buat kerja berkenaan dengan pemulihan negara kita disebabkan oleh mungkin kesalahan Datuk dulu dan keadaan yang ada sekarang ini.
和小朋友亲切对话，看起来像是爷爷跟孙子在聊天。竞选广告主打温馨诉求，更提到要用尽一切方法弥补过去犯下的错误。也许就是这份为马来西亚奉献的心，让前任首相马哈迪再次成为现任首相。
But you still feel that you have an obligation to the country?
Yes, it has always been so.
马来西亚在今年5月迎来61年以来第一次的政党轮替。当时的首相纳吉因为卷入贪腐丑闻，让马哈迪决定重披战袍，代表反对党希望联盟参选，拉下当年自己钦点的首相。政治师徒大对决，有老谋深算的师傅成功击溃徒弟。但曾经掌权22年的马哈迪其实极具争议，他的威权独裁跟领导方式让外界评价不一。但这些还是无法掩盖这位现代化之父带领马来西亚成为90年代发展最快的经济体之一的事实。马哈迪不仅带领马来西亚经济起飞，首都吉隆坡更被打造为国际城市，地标双峰塔以及世界级的吉隆坡机场都是在他任内完成。而马哈迪再次掌权，有着更大的政治蓝图。
What is your policy priorities going forward?
Cleaning up the government. That is my priority. And to do that, we need to change certain things. We need to repeal certain draconian laws. We need to change the way the Prime Minister acts.
马哈迪誓言要改变马来西亚，不仅在法律上，也会改变首相的行事作风。而身为马哈迪前副手的安华，尽管曾经被外界认为是因为马哈迪政治迫害才会入狱，但在接受英国 BBC 访问时，还是力挺马哈迪，希望人民给新的马哈迪一个机会。马哈迪92岁时重新拿回政权，成为全世界年纪最长的领导人。最近才刚过93岁生日的他，更要抓紧时间，让马来西亚出现改革性的转变。而这位政治强人也会透过他坚强的意志，翻转大马，带领马来西亚走向新的未来。
Think of themselves as pure Malaysians.
记者综合报道。